Double Barrel Shotgun is back this week once again. Obviously part of the Beyond the Locker Room channel. Your host here, Brian, Yves, another season. And we're now kicking it. We're going to do a topic a week in this case. And this week's topic we're going to discuss is Mr. Peyton Manning, always a lightning rod. And I think after the Chiefs game on Thursday night, and even just the first couple of games, like, what do we see with this Denver team? Where is Manning's progression at this point in the season? It's early, obviously, but I think, are we seeing hints of what we're going to get? So I'll throw it out to you, Yves. You brought the topic. So we were just discussing it, and I said, you know what? Let's just put this for the people and just get it over with. Let's see, let's get it out there. So
well, let's put it this way. Like, when we're talking about Peyton Manning, I think that you start seeing the decline really in the middle of last year. Mm-hmm. Now, when you started hearing about the injuries, like, people kept on thinking, well, hey, he had the quad injury, so that's why, and then he started having a dead arm situation. Okay, and, remember the guy had the surgery and all that kind of stuff, or whatever that you're dealing with, plus he's 39 years old, I think. Mm-hmm. Now, so Father Time has never been defeated, so let's put it out there. But right now, these last two games, let's be honest with you, if it hasn't been for that defense, them two teams, the Denver Broncos might now be 0-2.
Well, yeah. Plus, quality Andy Reid coaching. I mean,
that's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
can't forget that.
Another topic.
We can flip this the other way. I actually had this about Andy Reid for this week.
Oh man. Oh, well, anyway, that's a whole other situation. But the thing with Manning that you're seeing right now is basically, this is probably going to be what they got to do. I think there's going to be those moments where Manning is going to be Manning, but they're going to have to ride this defense, which I think is a pretty good defense.
Well, here's my thing. I mean, Manning being Manning, I only see those scenarios playing out at this point, maybe if it's a dome situation. Because if we're outdoors right now playing Kansas City in September, and the arm's looking like this, what's it look like in November?
December?
Right. Like, I mean, like so I don't know how many dome teams are on the Denver schedule this year. They better hope they're playing a whole heap of dome teams, from Indianapolis to whoever else they got on the schedule. Because the AFC doesn't have that many dome teams left anymore. That's
true, but you know what I'm still puzzled by? Why would he choose Denver of all places in the world?
Well, we said that from day one.
Yeah.
From day one. I remember San Francisco was in play, but I kind of got San Francisco for two reasons. Because I know, he wanted to stay in the AFC, that he felt comfortable there. He kind of knew the defenses and the players there. I was like, okay, fair enough. I mean, these days everyone's moving around everywhere, so I don't know how much excuse.
Eli, that was
right. It's not like
conference.
Right. It's not like it's the NBA where it's like, okay, I want to jump from the West to the East. I get that. Right. I don't really get that so much. And the second thing was, which is probably the reason really why you didn't really want to deal with it. Probably two reasons: A, Harbaugh for one, and three, I would say actually a third reason, probably the most meaningful, is that you're dealing with San Francisco, you're dealing with a lot of wind.
Yeah.
And I mean, that no one really mentioned that. Throwing in San Francisco, you better have a big arm. So, right. I mean, yeah, the San Francisco thing to me was always like, I mean, I can't remember who else. I think the Buccaneers were in play, I think, a little bit.
The Bucs were in place.
Which
also,
might have been.
The Titans were in place for a little bit as well.
Maybe, yeah. So, I mean, those two teams, I mean, like, they still were a little ways away if they had Manning, so it made sense in this case. So I got that point from Denver. Denver was the closest of the bunch. They already made the playoffs at Tebow and stuff, so I got that. But to your point, just from a pure weather standpoint, that was going to be disaster from day one. Mm-hmm. It's almost at the point now where I think it's so bad that I think Denver almost looks better if Denver plays on the road.
Well,
and hopes they have one weather team.
That's true, but the thing about it is I also do know that he wanted to go to the Texans. Right. The Texans didn't want him. Right. And, ironically, at that time, who was the coach? Who was the coach at the time?
Well, now we now know why, though, now.
There you go.
Right, because he want his system in place, and he knows that Manning comes, he have no leverage in this case here. But now he gets to come to Denver now in a situation where Manning doesn't have as much political capital to kind of run the opposite he did like 2 years ago.
Oh, is that so funny? Because when you think about it, this same guy, Denver, after they brought him, what did they do? They asked him to do a pay cut.
Right.
And he wasn't and Peyton loved his money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
God,
that's for sure.
He wasn't even he wasn't even feeling that. Like, I mean, when I heard it was a $2 million pay cut, but it was still a pay cut that Peyton Manning took.
Right.
He wasn't thrilled about it. Like, they had to negotiate that business out.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, let's be honest now. At this point in his career, is Peyton Manning still a top 10 quarterback?
Oh gosh, no.
I mean, I think people assume that's the case.
I know because based upon his name and reputation.
Yeah, I'm running in my head right now. I got 5-6 guys just off the top of my head right now. I think to take before him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At this point, I'm not talking about Peyton Manning, Indianapolis, or even the first year Denver. I'm talking about at this point right now. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's a top 10 quarterback.
He's a glorified. You know what he is right now? He's an older version of what Alex Smith is. The same quarterback that he played against on.
Can't throw a deep ball.
Can't throw a deep ball.
Only difference is Alex Smith can move and run.
That's it. Yeah, but the thing about it, but Alex Smith is a pure check down guy. Alex Smith don't throw the ball more than 20 yards downfield.
I know. I shot when he hit that little skinny post wherever in the second half. I can't remember the tight end or whatever. Like,
yeah,
whoa.
But that's all they do. That's all they do. But the fact about it, that's Alex Smith. But that's basically what Peyton Manning is right now.
Oh yeah, no one respects him a deep ball at all. They're just begging for him to throw a deep ball. It's like, please, please try. Try if you can. If you can get past 30 yards, like good luck.
Well, but here's the thing too. That was very interesting. I just saw an interesting stat. Last year, he only threw one pick, pick 6 all last year. He's already thrown 2, and it's only second week. That's him, and because he can't do that, he can't do those outside throws off the hash.
Right. Well, the only saving grace he has Kirk Cousins playing for a full season.
Man,
so you know for sure he's gonna lead that category. You already had one already last week, so I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, man. Very interesting.
So let's wrap this up. We both picked Denver to make the playoffs. I think I had them as a wild card. You had them as winning the division.
That's yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yes,
so I mean, right now the defense has played pretty strong at the moment. It's been good. I don't think it's been great, but it's been pretty good.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a phenomenal defense, provided that the injuries, and provided that Von Miller doesn't do any stupidness. But Bum's son, Wade, he's a great coordinator.
Yes, he is.
And I'm going to tell you right now, man, like when you can come up and rush 4 guys and they put the amount of pressure.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that's your team's philosophy.
And DeMarcus looks like he got the Fountain of Youth going on, like he played in Dallas. Like he only has to just only run after the quarterback.
Right, that's it.
That's
just let him loose.
And
I mean, they'll be in play.
But again, it is early. Let me preface that as well.
What?
It's early, so
it's early. Yeah.
Yes, only second game.
Yeah, it's only second game. I am curious to see how this little back and forth between he and QB goes as the season goes on. Because he does seem to be struggling a little bit with it.
Well, let's put it this way. You know who's going to be the ultimate game player when it comes down to it? John Elway.
Well, yeah.
That's going to be it. I think Elway's basically setting it up to say to Peyton, look, if you follow this path, because this is what I went through, you're going to guarantee success.
Yeah.
But there is something that was very interesting that I heard this week in regards about next year, a particular quarterback that might be going to the Broncos. Word on the street, Robert Griffin III.
Well, you see, this goes back to my point. I won't say anything more than this. I said to you plenty of times on this show, on this podcast, and offline in this case here. You can't tell me there's 30 quarterbacks in the league or 32, how many dang quarterbacks they got in this league now, that you tell me that Robert Griffin III, as struggle he had, he cannot start on one of these teams. I'm sorry. The Jokers,
I didn't say that.
The Jokers I see playing on a Sunday afternoon should be out there playing out in my backyard. Some of these clowns they got playing out here. I'm sorry. I see them out in the backyard right now. Some of these Jokers I see playing out here. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm like, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I said before, I ain't no RG3 fan, but I know my IC. I know what the heck's going on here. And ain't no one telling me 32 teams that Robert Griffin III can't be a starter on one of these teams. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I just see too many bad quarterbacks each week.
It's crazy because right now you can only count maybe 5 good quarterbacks.
I give you 8. 8 maybe.
Okay,
8.
Let's go. Okay. Let's go.
All right. So,
Rodgers,
Brady, Rodgers to cover.
Okay.
Big Ben, 3.
Okay.
Let's see, who else are missing here now? 4, I would give you, let's say throw Breeze in there.
Okay, 4.
Okay. 5. 5. Flacco.
Who?
Flacco. Come on now. I know Ravens fan, but I gotta give the guy his due. Flacco's a legitimate big time player. Yeah. Flacco, 5. Okay. Who else now we're going here? I'll keep moving on.
Philip Rivers.
Yeah, Rivers, 6.
Okay.
Hey, if you're gonna give Rivers, I mean, true, he's had a rough couple of seasons, but I still like Eli. 7.
Well, and he also has 2 rings.
Right. Eli, and 8, I got to put Romo. Okay. All right. Yeah. Romo's got records are going to eat up all Dallas' records when he's all sitting at 8. And then I guess, when we talk about Manning now, I mean, I don't think he's a top 10, so I don't think he's in there. So I got 8, and who else I'm going to throw in there? I'll probably put on the outside, give you Cam, 9, and 10. I'm
About Luck?
Oh, yeah, Luck, of course. And at that point, at 10, I think I'm now getting into dicey territory now at that point.
Right.
Because Matt Ryan, Revlon dudes like him don't deal with that. So sorry. I know all you Matty Ice fans out there, Atlanta fans.
Whatever.
The 60 that are out there might be giving me grief, but I'm sorry, Matt. There's always these Falcon fans that show up one year when they get good. It's like a leap year. Every 4 years Atlanta has a really good season. Like all these Atlanta jerseys start showing up all over the place. You see old school Vic jerseys, all sort of crap. It's next thing you see Steve Bartkowski jerseys. Bartkowski jerseys. Come on, guys. It's like really. It's like Atlanta's one of the teams to be so fair weather fans. It's like also we got it's like, maybe it's an Atlanta thing. The same thing happened with the Hawks. Also we got Hawks fans all over the place. Like where do you show up?
This public service announcement has been brought to you by Brian Tull.
Yes. hey, you know where to find me. At Beyond Locker Room short form RM. You know where I am. We'll give you my license plate later on just to wrap things up, man. I ain't afraid no Atlanta fans. Anyhow, man. But that's my point, man. When you start going that, the rest you can toss in there. All Andy Dalton, clown quarterbacks, man.
Sorry, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Dalton has good structure and good coaching that support him. That's the only difference between he and Griffin, really.
Right.
It really is the difference. Andy Dalton, to me, I look there, it's like, dude, he could be sitting there beside a guy at the gym. Like, I see no difference in him than anybody else. Like,
I don't know if
Tannehill, like, give me a break.
Yeah, you know what, man? I don't know if you listened to Dan Levitard this week, man. He basically said about Tannehill is basically, he goes, no man gets more excited to complete a 3rd and 5 pass when they need 10 yards more than Tannehill.
Good for the stats, man. Very jokers, man, out there.
And then he came up and when he talked about Dalton, he brought up part about Dalton's trying to get the team excited and trying to say, come on, guys, we got to come up and win. Right. And then he goes, come on, 1, 2, 3. You know how the players reacted? Playmakers. That's how they reacted.
Oh, and one more guy. How can I forget my own player here, Russell Wilson? So 11.
Oh, Brian.
I almost forgot my boy.
Oh, man.
Russ.
Anyway, that's a whole other topic in itself, but anyway, we'll go with that.
Sure, we'll talk about that one day. I got no problem debating that one with you. 20 Super Bowl
but getting back to
appearances.
the situation with Manning.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Situation with Manning right now, I think that what you're seeing is basically it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Like, I mean, sure, he might come up and, the little dust will come up every now and then. You know what I mean? But that game, man, like, I mean, I came home from work and, because you told me, hey, the game's pretty good. So I looked at it online and watching it, and I don't swear.
Right. There's a lot of things that would make a man swear in that game. Okay, so before that game, I had my head shaking. That's why I said you just see this, because
because we kept on thinking, okay, because you figured after they got the touchdown, okay, you know what? You can see that Denver's probably going to win the game because it's going to go into overtime because Manning looks like he's okay. Okay, but the play, oh man, like, I mean, I get what they were trying to do, but my dude, I
don't get what they're trying to do. I'm going to let anyone.
Why didn't you just run? No,
I get nothing.
Like, there's no chance. You got 29 some odd seconds.
There's nothing in that play. It's a garbage play. That's all that is. So
just kneel and go to
yeah, you either going all out and you're throwing the ball or you're kneeling. That's it.
Right.
That little nonsense there. That's good for stats and fantasy dudes. That's about it,
dude.
Fantasy guys, you must have loved that for about the first few seconds till the fumble happened. It's like it's nonsense.
In my suicide pool, I had, trust me, I had Kansas City winning that game.
I didn't touch that, man. I didn't touch that with 10-foot pole, man. I didn't like that game at all.
I was like, what?
I took the Colts as my lock this week, man.
Well, I came when I did when I sent you the text and I said, what the F just happened?
Yep.
And then I see all the other fellas jump on it and they're like laughing and saying, yo, and I was like, what just happened? I go, did I just see something like this last week with the Giants? I go, and the funny thing that is the worst about it is that this involved 2 Mannings.
Yep.
And with 2 bad coaching.
Yep.
We had one that my team lost, and then we have the brother that can't win a Super Bowl. He's lucky, but again, this regular season, it's only game 2, whatever, but that That's crazy.
Yes. Well, let's wrap it up on that note, man, because it is really going to be a strange season, man, because this is just the beginning. And there's already been crazy finishes, man. Where can the good folks find you?
They can find me at Y Charlem.
And you can find me, as I told all you Falcon fans, at Beyond Locker Room, short form RM, man.
There's only 6 of you, by the way.
Huh?
There's only 6 Falcon fans.
Right, yeah, 6. Yeah. Anyways, man.
Yeah, but hit us back with some questions. Hit us back with some comments.
What do you think about what Manning's performance is going to be like this year, man? I'd love to hear back from you guys and hear what your thoughts are. Manning's always an interesting topic for everybody, man. So let's call it a day. We'll talk next week, man. Take care, everybody. Peace.
All right. Take care. Peace.